I am well aware that I have started the previous speedrun breakdowns with phrases such as sword and shield time or dual blades time. I will refrain from doing so in this specific instance because the run in itself is already goofy enough and I do not need to indulge in such humor just yet. So instead I will just go back to the beginning and let it play. Okay, so the beginning here is pretty self-explanatory. I grab his attention with the trank bomb and then line up the triple pound perfectly with him running towards me so that I can land the golf swing as soon as he's in range, which is the strongest attack in Hammer's kit and also does a lot of KO damage, so you want to land as many golf swings as possible. Okay, the iframe in sync with the music is insane, I forgot about that. Okay, that's another stagger. He's not quite in range, but the upswing will change that. Everything up until now is scripted. As long as you can iframe the roars, everything until the first KO, which is about to happen, spoilers. Like, all of this is consistent, which is quite nice. And also the KO. Like, I came up with this way to punish the KO myself by doing the R attacks in between. You do miss out on this attack right here, but it lines up perfectly, so you can hit the head with the golf swing right here as soon as he's out of the KO animation. So it will stagger him again as soon as, like, as long as you build up enough stagger damage beforehand, which should be the case most of the time, unless you get, like, unlucky with, like, weird crit lineups or something like that. Like, usually you do get the stagger there. In this case I didn't, because I get the para instead, which is also quite alright. Okay, and this is already like a lot of KO damage that I've built up during this para, so he's like pretty close to a second KO already. I chase after him. He goes for a turnaround rock throw, which is not great. That is a good attack though, the double bite. You do like double bites in this matchup. That's a stagger, and now I can go for an uncharged R attack. And guess what? Okay, so if you've seen the previous two speedrun breakdowns, like one of them, this might seem familiar to you, what I just did there. So just like with Sword and Shield and Dual Blades, Hammer uses the same approach, basically, which sounds weird as hell, because it's like fundamentally completely different weapon, but just like those weapons, you want to line up your attacks so that you can always stagger him with a turnaround and then do like a bit more damage while he's in the stagger animation so that the next attack will stagger him again. In the case of the other weapons, it's like you do like combos, like you do your Sword and Shield combo. It takes like 7 to 8 hits depending on how many crits you get to stagger him. With Dual Blades, like 2 spins. With Hammer, it's just a super pound or a golf swing into an uncharged R attack. Like you can always follow up those strong attacks with the uncharged R attack while he's in the stagger animation, and then you will just stagger him with the next attack again. So that is basically the approach here. This run is faster than Sword and Shield and Dual Blades, obviously, because you get KOs and a para. So it's like a lot of free extra damage. But fundamentally, it's basically the same approach. And then he's kind of in a weird spot right here. I think I gamble here, if I remember correctly. Because I can't really... Like, he fell in the wrong direction. Usually you want him to... Like, he can fall in both different directions when he's KO'd. You may have noticed this. Like, in the previous KO, he was, like, turned around, basically. Like, his legs were on the other side and, like... Yeah, basically just inverted. In this case, it's like, you can't really line up the second triple pound as well. So I just... Yeah, I think I literally just gamble here. Yeah, I roll forward and go for another triple pound if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, right, okay, that's what happened. Okay. So that was a rare case where the KO did not stagger him, and he was one hit away from a stagger. I actually don't remember why exactly I knew that in this situation. Okay, that was a crit golf swing. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and figure this out. Okay, so that's a stagger. Okay, I think... I think the second attack from the triple pound would have staggered him here. So this right now, this golf swing already builds up to the next stagger. And this would have been another stagger. So the follow-up golf swing, like the stagger threshold is at 0 right now. And this golf swing builds it up to the next. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's how it worked here. I'm actually impressed by myself for figuring this out while it happened. Like, I actually had to go back here and analyze it, but yeah, it makes sense now. Okay, he's non-enraged. With the music too. Hold on, let me go back. I didn't pay attention. I'm gonna go back a bit further. Because I don't know why he didn't... Did he not stagger because he was non-enraged? Ah, no, okay, I couldn't... Right, I couldn't land the follow-up there. So now the next attack will stagger him. Which, like, this is not a big deal, the fact that I got hit there, because... If you've watched the previous breakdowns and you've paid attention, you will know that he will now turn around and charge at me, and then stop where he locked onto me and take a step back. So I can just lay on the ground and wait for him to charge over me, and then I can still just punish the charge. So I usually reset when I do get hit by the jump, just because it doesn't look clean. Like, I want my runs to actually... I want to look back at them and say, like, nice. If this happens, I can't really do that, because, like, yeah, it doesn't look that clean. But it's actually not that big of a deal. Like, it's not even a time loss at all. Yeah. There's another enrage, and now he's... Yeah. This is gonna stagger him now, and now he's just back in the loop. That almost hit me again. I think he's actually just gonna spam that now, if I remember correctly. Yeah, like, there's not much to say here. This is just basically a GIF playing on repeat at this point. I think he's just gonna do it one more time and then he's KO'd again. Yeah. Nice AI, dog. Yeah, and then he's KO'd, and I'm pretty sure he just dies here. Yeah. And just like that, the run's over. So I find it really interesting that... How to describe this? Tigrex is like such a basic, like, primitive monster, to the point that almost every single weapon in the game can just slaughter him with the same approach, and it's like the best strategy for him. With the exception of like Greatsword, Charge Blade, and like a few others. Ranged weapons probably. I haven't tried speedrunning him with ranged weapons, and I probably won't. I'm not really into those. But yeah, like, I just find it funny that almost every weapon can just do the same thing against Tigrex, in like, with their own moveset, of course. There's like variations when it comes to that, which is the most obvious here with Hammer. And like, almost every weapon can just have success by doing that. And yeah, this is a bit of a shorter one, as I'm noticing right now. But that's okay, because I have basically covered the strategy twice already. This is the reason why I said that I'm probably not going to do every single speedrun, because it is just a lot of the same, but maybe I will just do it anyway. It's more content, right? But yeah, not really much to say here. Did I show the set at this point? I think I did, right? Yeah, I did. So again, no evasion +1, which I usually do run, but with Hammer you have like enough time to get out of the way. Like, it's not like with other weapons. Like, the reason why I run evasion +1 with the other weapons is basically because it allows you to overcommit. So you can do like an extra attack when normally you would have to dodge out of the way for like incoming charges, so that you can definitely avoid them. This is not the case with Hammer, because you just do the one uncharged attack and then you can just roll to the right and it's like enough damage. So yeah, there's no point in running evasion +1. For the other weapons there is though. Like, for most weapons that follow this approach, I do use evasion +1. But yeah, for Hammer I don't. So this is just max Unga Bunga. Yeah, again, max Relic, max Charm. And that's the Hammer run. Goofy as hell, as I said. And oh yeah, Happy New Year. I haven't said that in the previous video. Yeah, Happy New Year, and I wish you... I don't know what I wish you. A great day, a good morning, afternoon, whenever you watch this. and I will see you in the next one. Take care.